give them access until, public opinion and pressure from the Labour Party and its presidential candidate actually forced them to do that. So I'm so happy with this, but I'd expected more, prayers to be granted more than these 5 that they are requesting at the moment, because the controversial issues of the IREF, that's the Result Viewing Portal, doesn't necessarily appear here. And a lot of Nigerians are actually surprised that, that platform, which was the center of all the agitations that the Labour Party and its presidential candidate have been saying.
So what are those 5 issues? Yeah,
so those 5 issues, he's actually asking that the presidential election should be cancelled and there should be a fresh one, and that in the fresh conduct of the polls that the APC's Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his vice presidential candidate Kashim Shettima should not be there, because he had listed that the nomination process, including of the vice presidential candidate of the APC, Kashim Shettima, did not follow through thorough procedures. And then, of course, he's saying that they did not win the required vote that was expected from the nation's capital, that's Abuja, where the constitution clearly states that for anyone to emerge winner, there has to be someone who, there has to be at least 25% of the vote from the Federal Capital Territory, which has become very controversial because there's a Supreme Court judgment which actually stated that the Federal Capital Territory should be regarded as a state now. So in law, it should be the 37th state of the Federation. And so it's become controversial with senior lawyers like Femi Falana saying that since the Supreme Court judgment, there's no longer any need for you to say 24 and 25% from the FCT. And then he goes on to say that the election itself did not meet the guidelines set out by INEC itself, and then, of course, the Electoral Act, and so on. So the controversial one is the one that we are taught. And in my own thinking, and from what I've heard others saying, it looks like the Labour Party and its presidential candidate didn't have enough facts to actually back that idea or that particular issue of the result viewing portal.
That's critical.
The results not coming in on time.
Yes, that's a critical question, isn't it? Because, I mean, this is beyond the court of public opinion. This is